Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 12th to the 18th of November. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the description box below the video for information on how to do that. You are welcome to like, share or comment on the video, and you're welcome to subscribe to the channel as well. So I keep forgetting to say, for every video I've ever made so far, the messages are for Aries, Sun, Moon or Rising. So if you're not sure about those, the rising and moon sign, in relation to your birth chart, then there are lots of sites online that will help you to produce your own birth chart and to figure those things out. And I may actually start putting a link in the description box for the site that I used for my birth to get my birth chart. But anyway, let's get on with your reading. So these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. We're going to start off with the Power of Surrender card, and that's going to be your main theme for this week, this weekly check-in. So what does Aries need to know for the 12th to the 18th of November, please? What is one of their main themes for that period of time? So what does Aries need to know? What is Aries' main theme for the weekly check-in? And we have surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. So we'll put that there. So it may be a number of outdated beliefs. It could be just one particular outdated belief. Let's see what the tarot tells us. So let's get your theme from the tarot deck as well. So again, what is Aries' main theme for the 12th to the 18th of November? What is Aries' main theme for the weekly check-in for the 12th to 18th of November? Right, okay, so Seven of Swords, and I believe it is meant to be in reverse. So let's see what your energy is specifically. We've got the Strength card and something else I want to talk about. I'm not going to take that, but I will show you what it is. It is the Emperor, and that is an Aries card, isn't it? The Emperor. So you've got the Strength card there. And any external or surrounding energies for you, Aries. We've got the Two of Swords. And any guidance for you. You've got the Fool. That's interesting. Okay. So let's clarify the Seven of Swords, because at this moment in time, I'm not sure. There could be something here about truths with the Seven of Swords and the Two of Swords. But let's clarify and see if it gives us anything more for that. So why is the Seven of Swords here in reverse for Aries as the main theme? And interestingly, you didn't see it, but it was the Queen of Swords was on the bottom of the deck when I started shuffling. So why is the Seven of Swords here, please? Right, you've got the Seven of Cups now. Try that again, it didn't feel right. There may be something here about indecisiveness, potentially. Let's continue before I make assumptions about that. It's just because with the Two of Swords being there, I mean, that is an external energy. But that can actually be indecisiveness. And then the Seven of Cups can be about confusion, can't it? And with the Seven of Swords, for me, the meanings that I associate with it are, it can be risky behavior, trying to escape something. Yes, it can be deception. For me, with deception, it often, not always, but it often feels more like whether or not you're lying to yourself, first and foremost, before I go to the whole betrayal theme, which that can come up as well. But and then the Five of Swords can be about self-sabotage as well. Okay, let's continue there, because I'm still not certain what this is about. So you've got the Empress now and the Queen of Wands. And, well, the Queen of Wands would be decisive, wouldn't she? For a start. Anything else? Oh, she's back, the Queen of Swords. I mean, that's about truth, isn't it? So I do feel there's something... There could be something here about truth and decisions and decision making, but it's not quite clear for me what this is about. I'm going to look at the Five of Swords first of all, and see what comes up with... No, not that. I mean, what did you get? The Three of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So that's... I mean, the Five of Swords, Three of Cups and Six of Pentacles are all to do with other people, aren't they? In fact, I am going to keep them. I'll get another one. It's because of that connection with it all being to do with other people that I'm keeping them. Anything else? Two of Pentacles, that's a card of... That can be a card of like weighing up the pros and cons. I mean, it can be juggling life in general, like the balance between work and play and stuff like that. But yes, it can also be like juggling up the decisions, opportunities, that kind of thing. Knight of Swords, another card of truth. Something is coming to mind and I'm still not 100% sure. I'm still not 100% sure if this is what it means, and it may be that I have to look at all of the other cards before it makes sense. I think one question I need to consider is, in decision making, Aries, do you feel like you can't allow yourself to be assisted when making decisions? Possibly. I don't know why that's coming to mind in a way. I mean, I guess maybe because the Five of Swords is there. I'm not sure, but that's something that's coming to mind. And I mean, obviously, it's up to us to make our own decisions at the end of it. Even if you do seek advice or guidance or speak to someone or like speak to a friend as like a sounding board or whatever, and the decision is up to you. But then sometimes we can get to the point, and I think I've done this plenty of times in my life as well, where we literally feel like, nope, got to do it all on my own, got to make the decision by myself, can't allow anybody else to give me anything, any feedback. I'm not allowing anyone to give me any feedback. And yeah, there are times when, to be frank, you do need to have that space to yourself to make a decision where you can't let people in. But then can it go too far as well, to the point where you just won't allow anything else in, and it's all, you put it all on yourself, and you refuse to accept any other points of view? Is there anything like that there? Let's look at the Queen of Swords, and I might look at the Empress as well. What I'm getting with the Empress is self-sufficient, which is not a bad thing at all, but I guess it depends on the context. But let's look at the Queen of Swords first. I mean, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords are very strong-minded women, aren't they? Headstrong, even, if you want to take it to the extreme. Like the Queen of Wands, we often say she knows what she wants, she does what she wants. That's an Aries card as well, actually. You couldn't tell her what to do. And the same with the Queen of Swords. She knows her truth. Yes, she will welcome other people's truths in, but she does have the potential to get to the point of being like, nope, this is my truth, this is right, and yeah, I'll listen to yours, but it doesn't matter because mine is right, that kind of thing. So Queen of Swords, why is she there, first of all? I feel like the Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords have pretty much a similar energy in this here. It's just that sense of kind of that sense of power and assertiveness, and just no one can tell you what to do, potentially. Right, we've got the Four of Swords there. I mean, that to me, that's like that, it can be contemplation, like deep contemplation. And I'd say with the Queen of Swords, like, because it can be about healing as well and recovery, but I feel like with the Queen of Swords, that is the deep contemplation. That's where you shut everybody else out, isn't it? Like, often it's because you need to recover from something, or you need peace. You need peace and quiet to sort of hear your own mind. But then, as I said, with some of the energy that's here, is it to the extreme where it's like you just literally feel like you have to make every single decision, or it could even be just a particular decision without any assistance whatsoever, and it's got to be all you that does it. Like, you can't accept any other information or points of view, and it's just got to be solely yours. And yeah, let's see what else comes out for that Queen of Swords. So I've got a bit of anxiety there with that Nine of Swords. And I mean, it is stressful if you've got to make a decision on your own and it's a hard decision. It becomes stressful, but we can still be quite, I'll just say, stubborn sometimes, where it's like, even if it's stressing us out, it's like, nah, I have to do this on my own. I have to figure it out by myself, kind of thing. And I've done it as well. In fact, I do it quite often. I'm quite stubborn like that, where it's like, it's only when I get to the point of suffering that it's like, okay, I need help. I need a bit of help. Anything else with that? Okay, what do we get? We get the Sun. So yeah, it feels like with this Queen of Swords, it could potentially be about just being determined to figure it out, figure things out, figure out the answers, figure out a decision, whatever it is, just by yourself, no matter how much it does your head in, until you get clear, until there's clarity on whatever you need clarity on. Let's look at the Empress, because she's like I mean, as I said, self-sufficient is what came to mind here, but let's see. I mean, it could represent, it could be like the Empress would be the nurturing person that could help to support you. They could be the person that could potentially help to support you, but you might just feel like, well, no, I don't need it. I just want to figure it out by myself. I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at the Empress a bit more. And the Empress, she's like the major arcana version of like all of the queens, isn't she? So she would be, in a way, she would be the elder to the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords. I mean, I know she's not, like, she doesn't look older than them, but she'd have more experience, she'd be wiser. She's all of the queens wrapped into one, isn't she? So energetically, she would be their elder. She would be the one that could help them and give them advice and support if they needed it, if they were wanting to accept that or ask for it. So we've got the Devil there with the Empress. Anything else for that? That was quite a lot, but I think I will take them. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. That is a really strange energy. It could be resistance. So if the Empress represents an energy of support, and the three of Cups and Six of Pentacles are support as well, aren't they? Because Three of Cups is like friendship, community. I usually just say it's support. Six of Pentacles is blatant support. It's charity. I mean, it can be about the balance between give and take, but this is charity here. You've got that too. I know I'm going backwards here. You've got that Two of Pentacles, where I said it can be about weighing up options, weighing up decisions, and then you've got the Knight of Swords, which is a very determined. There's another word to describe it, and I can't think of what it is, but it's like a really strong, intense, like, this is my truth kind of energy. Like, nobody's going to tell me any different. This is my truth kind of energy. But yeah, back to the Empress. So she would be the, again, the nurturing one, the supporter, an elder that you could go to for advice. But then you've got the Devil there. That's where you hold back, or where you're held back or resistant. She could potentially be someone that could offer you opportunities, or support. But to take that, you would need to be in the Knight of Pentacles energy, wouldn't you? That's where he's sort of committed. He does the right thing. He's diligent. He's willing to learn. I believe he can be known as like an apprentice as well. You would need to be in that energy to accept any support or whatever from the Empress. But with that Seven of Swords there, this is an escape, isn't it? That looks like an escape from what potentially could be offered in terms of support. So I know I am spending a long time on this, but I just want to make sure that I'm clear about what I'm saying and doing. I'm going to quickly get something for the Queen of Wands. I feel like this is what it's about at this point, because there's so many cards that relate to that, to what I'm saying about potentially resisting, like feeling that you need to make all decisions on your own, and your truth is your truth, and there might not be room for potentially room for compromise with certain things. Let's look at the Queen of Wands quickly. Oh, okay, King of Wands. I mean, it's just similar energy, isn't it, of being really powerful and just like nobody can tell me what to do, nobody can stand in my way, which it's not a bad thing necessarily, but then if you do need help and support, then yeah, sometimes you do have to be vulnerable and open, and the Fool's in reverse here. So upright he would be open and vulnerable, and reversed he's not, is he? He's okay. Anything else for that? And then I'll stop there and I'll move on to the other energies, because I know I've spent ages on this one. That's hidden, that can be hidden emotions, hidden fears. I mean, you could say that the Fool being in reverse is a bit of fear, isn't it? Because upright is like, he's fearless. I mean, yeah, you could say he's naive and everything, but fearless. So in reverse, it's like a bit of reluctance, and then the Moon can be hidden fears, hidden emotions. I'm going to leave that there because I know I've spent ages on that. But it wasn't clear to me from the beginning what it was about. So I feel that this Seven of Swords in reverse, strangely, it's about your truth and how you make your decisions, and potentially being resistant to advice, to guidance, to other truths, that sort of thing. That's a possibility. And as I say, it may be with a few areas of your life, or a few matters in your life, or it may just be one particular issue. And that would be an outdated belief if you feel like you have to figure a certain thing or certain things out all by yourself, and you're not able to accept any other perspectives. It can be an issue, can't it? So I'm just getting these cards back in different places. Yes, there are a lot of them. And I can see you've got the Strength card as your energy. And I mean, the Strength card, it can be about courage. Yes, it can be about inner strength as well. But then it can be resistance too, can't it? And from what I've been saying, it could potentially be resistance to other perspectives, truths, whatever. And the Fool is your advice, which that's where you kind of been told to be open and not naive, but I think open is the only word. There are other words, but I can only think of open at this point in time. So Strength, your energy specifically, how you're dealing with things. Why Strength there, please? Is there something in particular that you're trying to resolve or overcome? And you just, as I say, you just have this idea in your head that you have to figure it out by yourself. I mean, that's a card of clarity, isn't it? So I said Strength could be resistance. Let's see what follows on from the Ace of Swords. I feel like that's, no, I'm going to take them actually. I feel like it's too many, but I feel, oh God, Seven of Swords again. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right, so, well, as I said, Ace of Swords is clarity. The Hanged Man is someone who's, they're contemplating perspectives, beliefs even, but they're doing it by themselves, aren't they? Like with the Hanged Man, it's where you go inwards and you shut everybody else out. He's literally got his eyes closed to figure something out for yourself. And then you've got the King of Swords, who he's like an authoritarian. He has his truth as well. And he would be quite headstrong, where nobody could tell him nobody could tell him what to do. Nobody could tell him what to think. He would be more sort of headstrong than the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords, she's often in a sort of pose where she's doing this. So it's like, this is my truth, what's yours? He's the advisor. He's the one that tells other people or advises people what to do. So again, is there some sort of resistance to accepting advice, help, support in figuring something out potentially? Let me get one more after the King of Swords. Yeah, because see, the Seven of Swords, that escape card again, isn't it? I mean, I'll probably clarify it just for the hell of it, but anything after that King of Swords, and I'll look at the Ace of Swords as well, because it might help us to see what this is. I mean, the Ace of Swords is about beliefs as well, isn't it, really? Anything after the King of Swords, please. So you've got the Page of Wands. I mean, that's where you would need to be willing to be open and willing to explore. You've got that Two of Pentacles again, weighing up opportunities, perspectives. It might be about a particular opportunity that there's a decision and you just like, I've just really got to figure it out by myself, but you may need support or advice in doing it. Let's look at that Six of Cups, since that's like a random, I mean, that suggests an outdated belief, doesn't it, with the Six of Cups being there, because the Six of Cups is about the past, memories, revisiting the past potentially. Anything for that Six of Cups, please. Ten of Wands is a card of burdens, isn't it? It feels like it's a pattern that may have it may be a pattern that has gone on for a long time, but it's possibly something that comes from childhood, maybe. There could even be something, okay, so something that's come into mind here is, if you are someone who as a child, any opinions or beliefs or thoughts or dreams and aspirations you had, people put them down, that would explain why you would be so determined now that, no, I've got to figure it all by myself, because it's that thing that's within you that if I share anything with anybody, they're just going to criticize it, basically. I'll get one more for that, but I mean, what's on the bottom of the deck? The Eight of Swords. That's where you're trapped. That's, yeah, held back, even imprisoned. I'll get one more. So you've got the Knight of Swords again. Oh, that's too many. Try that again. I don't know. I kind of feel like that it's almost like in the past as a child, or just in the past in general, your truths, your beliefs, your wishes, whatever, may have felt like a burden, especially if people have put them down all the time or often. It could even just be one specific person. It could relate to a relationship with one person where that's happened. Oh, this is quite a lot. I'll take them, but it's quite a lot. Yeah, you may have felt like that was a burden to you because you just weren't getting what you needed with that, which would be, so the Queen of Pentacles, both the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups are nurturing and supportive, aren't they? The Knight of Pentacles, again, it's like that person who's committed to their path. They are determined, diligent, but they would still, it's like they still deserve support to kind of do that, you know what I mean? They still deserve support on their path as well, and encouragement even. Sometimes it's not even that you need people to tell you exactly what to do. It's just that you need a bit of encouragement for someone to say, oh, that sounds cool, great, I wish you all the best luck in the world, kind of thing, as opposed to having people criticize you and say, oh, well, that sounds dumb. Really? You know, and sometimes people don't even say that's dumb. Sometimes you tell someone an idea and they give you a look that says, really? And that's enough to sort of make you feel like shit, isn't it? So, okay, I'm going to put those, yeah, I'll put those back. And I said I wanted to look at the Seven of Swords. I know you're getting a long reading, Aries, but yeah. Let's have a quick look at the Seven of Swords. Do I want to put any of these back? I feel like I've just mixed my deck up now in a really weird way. Yeah, I did. I put them in the wrong way. And I feel like this is a bit of deja vu, where I've had a reading like this for you before, but it was probably quite a while back now, like a good few months back. Right, I'll leave those there. Let's look at the Seven of Swords. And I think I'll leave it once I've done this. Oh, I said I wanted to look at the Ace of Swords to see what you may need clarity on. Yeah, I think this is that lack of support thing, isn't it? Because I often see in this Five of Cups, yes, people often say it's about not crying over spilt milk, disappointments, etc. But what stands out to me in the Five of Cups quite often is the Three of Cups that are spilt out, and that's where you would want or deserve support, and it's just not there, is it? I mean, it does show that there are other options behind you or other people that could support you, but it's about finding the right people or person, isn't it, that can offer that support. Let's look at the Ace of Swords. And then the Seven of Swords, to me, it can be secrecy as well, can't it? It's like you do sorting your plans out, or whatever plans you have, doing that without telling anyone. Again, it could be because you feel like people are just going to put you down for it. So Ace of Swords. So it could be a creative idea that you have potentially, maybe needing clarity around a creative idea, a creative path with that Page of Cups. It could be around emotions, wanting to express certain emotions. Anything else? Okay, so Seven of Pentacles is just saying, is it worth it? So yeah, there is a strong possibility. It is about expression, about how you express yourself. And as I say, it could be creatively, emotionally. But with that there, it's like you needing clarity around whether or not it's worth it. Potentially about how to go about it as well. Let's just get one more for that because I'm curious. Yeah. The Devil, that's where you held back. Okay, I don't think it's going to give me anything else. Right, so your energy specifically, I think there's resistance to any sort of support, help, guidance, advice, whatever, even if it's just to talk to someone just so that you get a bit of encouragement. And as I say, I feel like that might be connected to being criticized in the past. And I think the outdated belief is that you have to figure it out all by yourself, to be honest, or do it all by yourself. Or even you may get a certain level of help or support, but it's just that you've got a boundary with it, that where if you kind of relax that boundary a bit, it would be more beneficial to you, if that makes sense. So say, I don't know how to give an example for this. You might give people the general gist of what you're doing, but it's like if you opened up a little bit more, then you'd get even more support. And that would, to the right people, obviously, not people who are just going to put you down. But if you opened up a little bit more about what you're trying to do and were a bit more open about wanting support or help, then it would probably be more beneficial to you, and you'd progress more if you did that. So we've got the Two of Swords. And that's an external energy. So that could potentially be where I said that you may have people that have put you down in the past, and that's why you feel the need to figure things out by yourself. Other people may have made you, because I did pick up on indecisiveness at the beginning, because of what's gone on in the past. In the past, you may have felt very indecisive about things because you're like, oh my God, they said it was shit. I'm not sure now. I don't know. Even if you had a really good, feasible plan or something you wanted to say or express. Let's look at the Two of Swords. No, that didn't feel right. I mean, actually, let me have a look and have a nose at what it was. It was the Six. Okay, that's interesting. You know, I'm going to keep them. It was the Six of Swords and the Seven of Wands, and it makes sense, doesn't it? If you're feeling indecisive, if you've got an idea of what to do, and people, the Two of Swords could represent the energy of the impact that criticism has had on you, then you're going to feel like you can't make a move, and it's going to kind of disempower you a little bit, isn't it? Which is what I'm getting with the Seven of Swords. Anything else? I don't think I need to get much for that. I think that's pretty clear. In fact, I think the rest of it has become clear now after spending most of the reading on the Seven of Swords. It does feel clearer. Anything else? I feel like the cards are saying there's no point looking at anything else because it makes sense now. We've got the Hierophant. Okay, that's where you get authority figures, isn't it? I'm not going to go any further with this. It's like an authority figure, or it's rules or regulations that you're expected to follow, and that can kind of... if it was like a spiritual teacher, there's two ways that two things that can happen with a spiritual teacher, can't there? Or two main things. One is that you get amazing advice and it helps you on your path, and you feel great, and it helps you to figure things out, and it's sort of, how would I describe it? You know, like when people go to university and they say that people do Mickey Mouse degrees, and I think my degrees were kind of Mickey Mouse degrees, to be honest, what I studied at university. One of the things I studied was philosophy, which I saying Mickey Mouse, I'm just being sarcastic when I say that. People say, well, what the hell did you do that for? Are you now a scientist or something of some kind, or a psychologist? And it's like, well, I'm not, but I feel that the value in that, I mean, I just always wanted to go to university anyway. I just wanted the whole experience. So it was never about I'm doing this for a specific career. So that's my reason. But one of the greatest things, and it's not just with a course like philosophy you would get this from at university, but any university course that you do, for the most part, the biggest skill you're going to gain is critical thinking skills. So with a spiritual teacher, that would come into play, wouldn't it? That one of the greatest benefits would be critical thinking skills, like how to think for yourself and to follow your path, and you know, it empowers you. But then the other side of that, where it's a spiritual teacher who just gives you these rules that you need to follow and regulations, and you're not allowed to question anything, and then it disempowers you, doesn't it? So here it feels more along the lines of disempowerment. So I'm going to leave that one there, and we're just going to get straight onto the advice now, because I think looking at this card, the Seven of Swords and the Strength card, I mean the Seven of Swords in particular, kind of got everything we need. I should have just got one card out for the reading and that would have been it. The Fool, as I say, I just feel like that's a need to be a bit more open, a little bit more vulnerable, potentially. I mean, yeah, still have a sense of discernment, still have healthy boundaries, but being a little bit more open could help you to progress, and it could open up new opportunities and new doors for you as well. If you're just open to the possibility that it's not up to you to figure everything out by yourself. I've got the Two of Swords again. It's yeah, need to be a little bit more open. It can help you make your decisions, make wise decisions. I mean, it may even be in the past that you've had bad advice and that's what's put you off speaking to people, or you just feel like people talk down to you and try to tell you what to do and you don't like it, which who does? No, I mean, I really don't like being told what to do. I'm one of those stubborn people. If you tell me to do something, I'll probably do the opposite if I haven't asked for your advice, just to yeah, just because that's how my mind works sometimes. But yeah, sometimes we do need to just be a little bit more open and try to be observant rather than judgmental with things. So yeah, if you're a bit more open, it has the potential to help you in your decision making and to help you to see what's clear. Like being open. Ooh, I think I'm going to put that back. Being open to other truths as well. We all have our truth, and yes, our truth is valuable, but we can be open to other truths as well. I'm going to take this one. I'll take them too. So you've got the Four of Pentacles again. It's just saying to be more open. Yeah, because then it will help you on your path. It will help you to choose your path. Five of Cups. That just looks like the fear. Potentially fear of criticism. If you open up about it. Disappointment even. Maybe you feel that if you listen to someone else, it will be the wrong choice and it will be a problem for you. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I think that's enough. So the advice is just to be willing to be a little bit more open to other truths, advice, whatever. And still, it's still your decision at the end of the day. Even if you get advice from someone, it is still your decision. You are still empowered. It's just that you're just listening to other perspectives. So let's get a final card of advice for you. So final card of advice for Aries. And as I say, the key thing here is to go to the right people, to speak with the right people, because that's where it messes you up, is if you speak to the wrong people. And it's hard to know that. Sometimes the only way you're going to know if someone's it's beneficial to speak to someone or not is by speaking to them. And then when you get their reaction or response, that's when you know. And obviously if it's bullshit, if their response, you feel it's bullshit or it's not what you want to hear, or it just doesn't feel right to you, then that's where you walk away or whatever it is you've got to do, or just say, oh, thanks for telling me that, and then you make your own decision after that, don't you? Anyway, any more advice for Aries, please? We've got impasse. That's the only one, isn't it? Okay. I think, was it Aquarius that had this card as well? So I'm going to read the whole thing. It's not excessively long. So for you, I think, okay, let me find it. Yeah, I'm going to read the whole thing. It's not that long. It says, impasse, Reggie Rust, I believe is the character here. This path is obstructed, reroute. So yeah, again, that's like making decisions, and how you make decisions, you may need advice. Okay, and I remember this story actually. There's a little, they have a little legend or a story they've created to go with the character. So Reggie Rust is a guardian angel. One day, two friends, Clem and Craig, are dismayed to discover Reggie blocking their path through the mountains. With no way to get around him, wondering why Reggie wanted to stop them and not daring to try to pass, they take another route. Reggie then moves on, having protected Clem and Craig from a landslide ahead that would have claimed their lives. So I think you can see here this thing about asking for advice. Sometimes people are trying to protect you, and you may just sort of, you have your reasons, don't you? You have reasons why you feel like you shouldn't listen to them, but it's like sometimes it's more beneficial to get the support and advice that you need. But anyway, inspiration for this card, it says, this is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. A personal inquiry with this says, how adaptable am I? And adaptability would come into accepting guidance, wouldn't it, as well? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? Key ideas, change of direction, regroup and refocus, protection from harm, guardian angels. Keywords, wisdom, opportunity, and surrender. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you without me going into a whole essay about what I think the individual bits mean. I think that makes sense to me. Again, being open to support and advice, because it really can help you. It could be about helping you to reroute if you've been doing something and you're feeling blocked. Yeah, so I'll leave it there. Hopefully that was helpful to you, Aries. So again, if you want to book a personal reading, please see the description box for more information. Feel free to like, share, or comment on the video. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, again, thank you for watching. Hopefully it was helpful, and until the next reading, take care.